when we go to probiotics, one of the things we talk about all the time is the effect on the gut. We look at it from a digestive health standpoint, we've looked at it from an immune standpoint, and everything is sort of stemmed from the gut. We see tons of children rolling through the door with strep pharyngitis, all kinds of upper respiratory illnesses, recurrent otitis, and the concept of using a probiotic for that, except for impacting the immune response, has been not really looked at. We use that as an integrative doc. We say, well, if we can improve immune response, we're probably going to improve our body's ability to clear some of these other things. And also, when children are put on antibiotics, which so many are, we know that we end up messing up to some degree our natural flora or microbiome. But the use of a probiotic to actually improve oral health is a fascinating concept. And strep salivarius is one that actually has been used to decrease pharyngitis, that has been used to decrease other oral pathogens, and has been shown in a number of studies, which I'm really learning more and more about, to actually decrease a lot of the oral illnesses that we see. I think this is a fascinating one. I think this is one that we could use a lot more than we do, because when we think about probiotics, we really only think about it from a gut health standpoint, and not what can we do from a respiratory standpoint or an oral pharyngeal standpoint, and all the illnesses that we see over and over and over again with children, particularly children who are on repeated courses of antibiotics. We see upper respiratory infections and strep throats all day long, okay? The prevalence of this is almost too hard to predict or to even determine, because if you look at the number of illnesses children get a year, some people report as many as 10 illnesses per year for a child. The vast majority with the primary organ system that gets infected is the respiratory system. So that's the #1 infected organ system in the body. And if you realize that kids get 10 infections per year, most of them occurring between October and April or May, this is a huge number of children that roll through the door with upper respiratory infections. Everything from viral pharyngitis, sinusitis, stomatitis, to strep throat. And pediatricians and family practice docs are inundated with these children coming through the door. And I think that having something like a probiotic that might inhibit these types of illnesses would be huge. And the information coming out on this particular probiotic looks like it could be very helpful from a respiratory standpoint. So one of the other aspects to this probiotic is that it's chewable, which again for kids is very important, and it also helps to distribute the bacteria throughout the mouth and doesn't just get swallowed and go into the GI tract. There also may be, at least through a preliminary pilot study, that showed that this may help with actually secretory otitis media and decreasing the reoccurrence and the severity of that, which if we look at the numbers of children with otitis, it's off the charts, to the point that everybody knows how frequently we see it, and I think would be dramatically helpful for people if we can decrease the rates of this. And parents are looking for something else. So many parents are coming in saying something else besides the antibiotics. We've always been able to say, well, let's try some probiotics to help with the side effect of the antibiotics, but could we now use a probiotic that could actually help to decrease the condition itself? That would actually be not only novel, but really quite dramatic.